Thank you for staying with us here on Sunday Politics on Channels Television. Let's move ahead quickly on to some of these issues. What is the fate of the card readers in Nigeria's election?
Well, I've said before, whatever I want to do to our country is clearly in our hands, and it will be a reflection on the choices and decisions we make. The fight against card reader, it has been on since last year.
Why?
And I will tell you two experiences.
Who are those fighting?
Because I'm writing a book right now. Here I have a diary. It is a black diary. It's a black diary because containing this diary is a document, a proposal by a group of Nigerians who were out to bring foreigners from the UK, expats from UK, from Israel, and from Indonesia, how to kill card reader.
Why would anybody want to kill it?
Because the potential of the card reader is enormous. We decided that with the card reader, the fate of somebody in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, will no longer be determined by somebody who is in the state. A governor said that, look, you can't come back again. Your fate will be decided by the Nigerian people, the electorate, and not one big person anymore.
So some people, you mentioned these countries.
Yes.
Who are these people?
They were to get, and security agencies brought this to our knowledge. We took the matter to our expert. They looked at it and they said, what we are having is different. There's nothing they can attack it. But look at the effort made. Some other Nigerians went to court. I also had to come in. That the word PVC is not in the Electoral Act. Therefore, it's illegal. They went to a federal high court. I got some of those guys, and I invited one of them, and I spoke to him. I said, look, don't be used to scuttle the democratic process project in Nigeria. Because if INEC has power under Section 16 to design, to print, whatever you want to use for any, which are operational matters, and has given you a temporary voter's card before, what stops you from giving you a permanent voter's card? All right? Two more experiences. I was coming from Abuja. Within that period, a senior lawyer, a colleague, met me in the airport and said, Mike, these things people are doing INEC. You want to stop us from having brief. So after the election, we'll not be having any matter again. And I said, sir, why are you saying so? You know what he told me? He said, what you are trying to do, that you don't want matter to go to tribunal, matter to end at the polling unit, we have heard you and all that. It's like a young child who has a puppy and gave it a name. The meaning of that name of the dog is whatever God, whatever the elder says in a community should not come to pass. Therefore, your card reader that you are bringing, they will not allow you to see the light of the day. At a meeting, a senior advocate also challenged me on this. So we know that the death of survival of a card reader will not go without a fight. That people are determined to stop it. It is not this court of Supreme Court. In fact, when you look at the excerpt of the Ebonyi case, the court said, even, card reader is good, but in the wisdom of the National Assembly, they did not bulldoze the analog. We are now elevating analog over and above. And this is where they miss the entire point. Because right now, when they talk about manual register, Nigeria electoral body don't have a manual register in terms of this kind of card. What you now have is an electronic voter register. And where we are at stage 9. You have up to about more than 13 stages. Because INEC was going to a point, it could go to a point where at the level of the smart card reader, once you have been accredited, you can be issued like a what you call a POS. You can be given what you call a valid accreditation receipt after voting.
Okay.
At the end of the voting, you can have what you call the total number of accredited valid register. You can have all of that.
All right. Just a moment, Mr. Igene. Let me allow Mr. Nwagu to give his final thoughts on the program. Just in a few seconds, please. On this matter, as an election observer, what are your final thoughts on this, the future of card readers in Nigeria?
My first is that it's going to be a hard-won struggle, but what is more important is also to do some cleansing within INEC. I think that the compromise of a few disgruntled people within the institution itself has helped to discredit the card reader. In most of the places, you find out that people who are trained to use the card reader are substituted for people who are not trained. And working with politicians in communities, they ensure that you resort back to what Mike calls the electronic register. And in doing that, discretion is at play.
Yes.
So my worry is that civil society, the media, and all lovers of progress for our country must resist this attempt to criminalize technology and ensure that we revert back to where we're coming from.
All
which
right.
has
Thank
been
you.
for God
Thank you
well
so
for
much, Mr. Nwagu, for your thoughts on the program. Many thanks. Thank you so much, Mr. Igini, for your thoughts. Time is really much against us. A lot to talk about, but I guess we'll continue this conversation some other time. Many thanks for also being a very good companion on the program. On behalf of the team, I'm Sean Wakimale. Bye for now.